So next, we could talk about Nara Smith, who has taken over TikTok lately. I feel like, and just social media in general, mostly TikTok, obviously, because that's where her platform is, and then her videos make its way on Twitter. Like people share it, people talk about it on Twitter. But for people who don't know, cause I kind of caught you up to speed. But for people who don't know, Nara Smith is a model. I think her mom's South African. Her dad, I think, is like white, like he's German. She was born, I think, in Germany, and then moved to LA to pursue modeling. She became she was a really popular model, and she met her husband. His name is Lucky, and he's also a model. And she's 22. I'm not sure how old he is, but she's 22. She has 2 kids already and a third on the way. And yeah, so she basically, just has like this good life. Like they make a lot of money. I think they live in Dallas. Funny enough, we just talked about Texas.
Shout out to Dallas.
And it's funny, people thought they lived in like Europe or something, because they do kind of give like that edgy, like you would think they lived in Poland or something. It's like, live in Dallas? Like I know, like people are like, I know. People looking in the background like, I know that's not that mall, my mall, but because they do give like they live like he be what's the thing, like people toothpick, he be having a toothpick in his mouth, like trying to be all edgy with like the slick back hair. I'm like, you would think they're from like Poland or something.
Yeah, that's about.
But they live in Dallas. But yeah, so basically, like I said, she's 22 with 2 kids, third on the way, she's pregnant, and she just loves to cook. Like I think she didn't think nothing of it. She's just posting content of her cooking because that's what she generally enjoys doing. Like you could tell she really loves to do this. Like I don't know if maybe she was raised that way, and that's just the passion. It's like everybody has their passions. That's hers, right? So, but what happens is she's doing something harmless. It gains popularity. People enjoy it, but whenever that happens, every single time, haters come. It's just a natural thing. It's always going to be weird. Whenever there's something in this world, like Rihanna said it best, like people are going to hate whether you're doing bad or good. Like you could be doing the greatest thing in the world. You could be the most, like, what's the word? Philanthropic person in the world. You could save the earth from destruction, and someone's still going to have something to say. Like that's just life.
You save the earth from destruction, and somebody's gonna say, "Oh, they only did it because."
Yeah, they just wanted attention. They just wanted to.
They wanted to just be the hero.
Yeah, it's always gonna be a hater. I got you. I know. Always.
I know.
So, with her, what the issue was is people. First of all, they love to project. So a lot of it is like, oh, I'm sure she's like, there's like a term called a trad wife or something. I'm not really sure the exact definition, but it has to do, I think, with like a woman that's just like kind of a homemaker, like traditional wife. Mm-hmm. Oh, she just.
So that's what they call it. What?
Yeah, I think. Trad. Trad. Yeah, duh. Am I slow? I just gave myself the answer. I think that's what.
At first, I'm like, let's make sure that's not a slur.
Yeah, and, I think that's what it means. Okay,
traditional wife. Okay, that makes sense.
So it's like in their mind, it's like, what was that movie we saw?
Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah, like I think that's what people are thinking. It's like, don't worry, darling. Like she's like the homemaker and like the pre-feminist movement, and she's doing all the housework, and the man's just working, and it's uneven balances. Even though I think it's still even balance for somebody to do the housework and cook, and somebody to go to work all day. I think that's a pretty fair trade. If you were
honestly, I would take the working, like doing the home.
Yeah, me too. I'd rather do that than go outside. I would enjoy it. I'm cleaning my own home. Like I'm putting effort and love into my own house instead of putting money in someone else's pockets, which the men have to do to make the money to make the house work. So I never understood why people had an issue with the traditional roles, because it's like
it benefits
everybody. Like I mean, I get it, it's hard on the woman. I get it, but we don't think it's hard on a man it's all on him to keep his house flowing. Like,
I think people's issues with that stemmed from when that concept existed, the men were very abusive.
They were abusive. There was definitely a power dynamic, because they knew, which I understand that they knew like the woman didn't have money, so you're staying with me, like you're stuck with me. Like I could abuse you, I could cheat on you, I could do whatever. And you're gonna stay because you have no power.
Job, you don't have money.
So I understand that. Like that's messed up. Like but I think a traditional balance where there's no abuse and cheating happening, fine. Like I would love to take care of my kids and clean the house all day. Like I don't have to worry about going to do accounting. Like I would love that. So yeah, people are just projecting out to her because people are just gonna project. Oh, she's so young. Wow, you're throwing your life away. You're so young, 22, and you have about to have 3 kids, and you're probably just cleaning and cooking, and he's just like not doing nothing. Like people just projecting and being a hater. And then they also tried to question her like religion, because there's like a assumption that they're Mormon, and like I think she touched on that rumor saying that like she hasn't picked what she wants to be. She's still young. She's still trying to figure out. Maybe he might be more into that, but she doesn't know. She's still, and who cares? Like I feel like people bringing up a religion is crazy because every religion, in my opinion, has a lot of negative and positives. Like literally, we talked about this, and we could have a whole
We
topic
will never talk about it on
how
camera.
religion.
We're never going to talk about it on camera.
Remember, I was just showing you though how Ike Mel, if you guys anybody familiar with him, he's like a popular crime YouTuber, but he was talking about because people were asking about his religion, and he was saying he's still trying to figure out a religion thing for himself because in his opinion, religion is the most evil, dangerous thing in this world because every war, Palestine, Israel, boils down to religion. Like, come on, like if we really think about it, religion is like the source of a lot of our wars. Don't want to get too much into it, but there's a lot of negative effects and side effects of religion since the beginning of time on this planet and to human race and to people in general. Like, so to try to judge her Mormon beliefs when in my opinion, every religion has its pros and cons is crazy. So
yeah,
people just being a hater, they want to find a reason to hate on her because in reality, let's be real, a lot of women want that life.
They do.
She's pretty, she's calm, she's clean, she's taking care of family, she's doing something she loves, and she's in a good, happy, stable relationship. So they want to say, oh, it's probably he's cheating. Oh, she's probably not happy. Oh, he probably makes her do all the work. And it's funny because she dispelled all the rumors in subtle ways. So she showed him like cleaning all, and he cooks a lot himself too. Like he likes to bake. Like she's a cooker, but he likes to bake. He cleans up. He takes care of the kids. He's braiding the kids' hair while she's making breakfast. Like they look like a really happy marriage. And like the fact that people are so quick to hate and find something to hate is crazy. Like jealousy is really a disease.
Yeah, it's because this always happens, right? Like we've seen this happen so many times where you build somebody up just to tear them down, right? Mm-hmm. Because couple months ago it was all soft life, soft girl, and you want all the pampering and all that luxury, kind of stuff, luxury,
black girl luxury,
and, right? And that's all she's doing.
Literally,
that
she's embodying it like to the T.
Right, and now all of a sudden we hate it, and now she's miserable. And it's like, well, what exactly does anybody
want? They want men to pay all the bills, but
they want men to pay all the bills.
They want to. He probably is paying everything, and she's not mad.
So women's perspective right now. So here's what they want. So they want men to pay all the bills. Mm-hmm. Men to take care of the kids. Mm-hmm. They want men to cook and clean. Mm-hmm. And they want to sit and scroll through goddamn TikToks all day. Mm-hmm. Like, is that the whole...
and just be pretty.
And that's what... Then just sit around and do nothing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well, when y'all find that...
Let me know.
Let us know. You know, I'd like to see when that actually occurs because it's not happening.
The people that spew all that too are... You see their life. Like, it's always funny. Like, that's my favorite genre on Twitter.
Fire.
That's literally my favorite genre on Twitter when women say all this stuff about themselves, and it's like, no, why aren't you married?
Yeah.
Where's your stable relationship? The math's not math.
We just talked about this. Women have all this psycho criteria on things and then never live up to the criteria that they be talking about. Like, it's just the most mind-numbing thing. And to me, it's like, what you hate on is a huge indicator of you as a person. So if you're hating on somebody and all they're doing is showing cooking videos and that's basically it, like you saw her make French toast from scratch and somehow that triggered something in you to be upset and start throwing a hissy fit and like making comments on TikTok, like it's weird because it's so indicative of how you are as a person. Mm-hmm. Because you're miserable. Like even the most happy, positive thing, like there's the whole hope core thing on TikTok. Mm-hmm. Like you seem like the type of person to see like positive videos and then just hate on it just because you're upset about your life. Like it's crazy. Like I feel like the internet of because that's used to be what Facebook was to me.
Yeah.
And I feel like now all of social media has now transitioned into Facebook, where it's just a bunch of miserable people coming together and then hating. And it's like when a new person pops up doing something positive, then it's like, then you support them and then you hate on them. Then you jump to the next person, support them, and then hate on them. It's always support them until they get to a level of something. And then you realize, you know, like, you see your life, right? You can't make French toast from scratch.
Yeah. You don't even have the partner, or you don't have a partner at all, but you might have a partner who doesn't even allow you to that softness that you want, that femininity that you desire.
Right. So you hate your life, yeah, and so you want to make other people hate their lives.
You can't even find somebody like you see like the top of ring into next. There's people like, and we're seeing our age. They're getting older. They're scrambling. They want kids. They want the family, and they can't get it. They spend so much of their 20s doing stupid stuff, or being volatile, or being toxic. Haven't formed their life, and then now they're hating on somebody who they wish they could be. Oh, she's 22. Why is she so young doing that? Well, maybe if you were younger, or when you were younger and you tried to figure out your life and relationship, you wouldn't be 30 and single. There's nothing wrong with settling down earlier. Maybe if you would have took that path, maybe you wouldn't be 30 with 59 bodies and 0 companionship. Maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you would be able to start your family too if you would have spent your 20s a little differently.
Right, and that's the thing.
So why are you hating on her? Because she decided to settle down earlier in life. and
Whatever.
avoided racking up bodies for the sake of living.
Yeah. And obviously we don't know these people. We don't know her. We don't know their life. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. But number one, I think speculating negativity behind somebody making a video of them cooking breakfast is insane. Like, y'all need real mental help. Like
the girl Gabby in our TikTok comments. Shout
Like-
out Gabby.
like the movie Shutter Island, when they had all the people out there raking up leaves, all the old decrepit people that were going through psychosis. Like, that's how I envision the people that type these kind of comments on the internet. Like, what about the breakfast or what about the Cheez-Its from scratch made you so upset that you want to now say that she's cheating or he's cheating on her, and she's miserable and he doesn't do any of the work? Like, where, like,
Also, they try to say, oh, he fetishizes her because she's a mixed race woman.
where do people get this stuff from? Like, y'all are weird. Like, the internet, I can't tell if
it just makes me scared. Like, do they not realize how psychotic they look and
I don't
sound
think so.
by like coming up to conclusions based off of blips of people's lives? Like, we live like our lives have so much nuance and different things that happen on a day-to-day, an hourly basis, and you come to a conclusion off of a minute video.
I'm not gonna lie, maybe their lives don't, because for us we have
A lot going on.
we have a lot going on. We got like motion, as the kids would say. We got a lot of motion going on. So like for our lives, maybe there is a lot that happens where they don't get that. Like, so maybe their whole life literally is they go clock in and do about 4 hours shift at a fast food restaurant and go back to their parents' crib and scroll, and maybe they're just on Shein or what's this, Fashion Nova still a thing? Do people still do that?
People still up there, yeah.
And they're buying dupes off of Temu and all that kind of stuff. So maybe that is their life, and that's all they do is just scroll through social media. So they don't got a lot going on. So maybe from their perspective, maybe they I don't know.
Yeah, I never understood that concluding people's lives off of a video. That has to make you sit and feel like, am I psychotic? Like, do people not have those self-awareness moments? Like, okay, maybe I'm doing a lot. Maybe I'm a little psychotic.
I don't think, well, clearly not, because people do that all the time. Like, they feel like, because it's part of that thing that I can't ever seem to like remember the name. What's it called? The parasocial relationship. People look at a 15-second clip and feel like they know everything. They know somebody's whole life story, and feeling like you know somebody's whole life story based off of a TikTok is nuts. TikToks aren't longer than 3 minutes.
10 is the max now.
10 is not. Oh.
But most people, I think the average, if I could say the average amount of time people probably post is like 1 or 2 minutes. If there was an average.
And to feel like you know somebody's whole entire life story because they were cooking their kids' food, and is wild. Like people don't want others' success.
Yeah.
Once they realize that they won't get it themselves, because it's all good and dandy when it's like, oh, I love this for her, like blah blah blah. It's all this great support when people still feel like it's obtainable, but then maybe you just found out your man cheated on you, or you can't find one, or you can't get a good job. Maybe you just hate your life. So now that you hate your life, now all of a sudden it's like
something has to be wrong.
Something has to be wrong with her life.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like that whole notion of like, oh, like people will be lying. Like, it's like people assume every positive thing that's posted, it's like it has to be a lie. Oh, don't believe this because people be behind the scenes, they've been miserable. And like a lot of people may make a TikToks lately, like, no, like a lot of people they're posting happy moments and they are happy in real life. Like, yeah, I don't know what people think about us, but I could assume maybe some people, out of everybody who's ever seen our stuff, I'm sure even people that know us, I'm sure people have thought, oh, they post all this stuff, but they probably behind the scenes don't get along. Like, meanwhile, like our lives are just as good as like what we represent online. Like,
I wouldn't even cap about
we barely argue, right? Like we were a really chill, calm relationship. Like there's no cap in it at all. Like maybe back in college there was a little bit more cap because like we did fight a lot, but not now. Like
my life really is
literally exactly
so
how we
chill.
display it. Yeah, like
I would never, because I don't want to be a hypocrite like everybody else. Like all y'all
fake flexing. Like there's no fake flexing. There's none that's fake over here. Like,
no, it's really good over here.
Like just because we post our highlights, like doesn't mean our lives are miserable in a day to day and we're just lying. Like, and to make that assumption that people are lying about their lives because you want to make yourself feel better about your life being ass, or that's because that's what you're doing. Like,
no,
put that on to other people.
And if I had lowlights, I would post them too. But there's just not many. Sorry, there really isn't. And you know, life has a funny way of humbling you. And I am an extremely humble person because you see, I don't even post most of the stuff that I could post. Yeah,
but and you still do go through a lot of stuff, obviously privately, like a lot of personal stuff. But you know, you don't have to necessarily share that. It should be assumed that humans go through highs and lows. Like, but don't assume that the highs are fake.
Yeah, and the lows that I go through really are just involved where there's other people's involvement.
Yeah, like where
Like
it's
we're
just life stuff that's happening that's unavoidable, or it's
yeah,
just like
somebody getting
health.
sick
So,
and all
yeah,
that kind of stuff. I can't avoid that.
yeah,
Those are lowlights, but that it's not me. Like I don't have any really personal lowlights. Like I
yeah. Because a
don't.
lot of people's low lights are self inflicted. Like a lot of issues people deal with their in careers and money, they did it to themselves. They didn't take advantage of their college education. They didn't take advantage of the life their parents set them up for success for. They chose dumb careers. Like it's so a lot of people's own like a lot of people's lives are self inflicted
Yeah,
chaos. Like a good portion of people is self inflicted. They don't want to admit it because a lot of people don't want to admit their flaws and that they messed up. But a lot of people's pain is self inflicted. Like it is.
yeah.
But
So
the
when it,
highlights are we're not lying.
yeah,
So
so
if
the
anybody ever thought that, it's not a lie. It's no cap on this app. There's no cap at all. Like literally.
so their life really could just be that popping,
Yeah, and not good.
and you be like, what I still can't wrap my head around it every single time I say it.
Mm-hmm.
What about the handmade Cheez-Its makes people so upset?
Because that's another thing people are saying. Oh, it's unrealistic. This is an unrealistic life.
But it's her
It's
realistic.
unrealistic to you.
Yeah, but this is
her
her
life, and this is her real
It's
life.
not AI.
Like,
It's not AI. It's not unrealistic.
and
She's
it's not
actually
her.
doing this.
And it's not her job to make content that's relatable to other people. She's just being herself. Like it's
Right.
not her job to make you feel better because her life is good. She's supposed to humble herself and be like, oh, let me not cook for the internet because it's not realistic for women to cook from scratch.
And that's
they're working and they have to help with the income. Well, that's not my life.
and she's not even, to me, that's not even like a wealthy type thing.
It's
Like,
not. If anything, that's actually like, I mean, it kind of is in a way because you had buying more stuff from scratch, like
yeah,
buying
from
more
a-
ingredients.
I guess, but
But that's her life still.
it's like she's not. It's not like she's flaunting money, from my understanding.
Yeah, no.
Like
It's subtle flexes, but it's not like in your face. Like she'll do the whole, oh, I'm going, like they went to the mall and did like this luxury shopping trip, or like, she'll show like the house a little bit, little glimpses, but that's still her life. Like there's nothing wrong with
yeah, who doesn't do that? And if you were in that position, you would do the same thing. And that's
Yeah.
what it always comes back
Cause
down
people
to.
do it with the little stuff. They'll get one gift. They'll get like a Coach bag from their friend, and they post it on TikTok. Look at my Coach bag I got for Christmas. You do that with the Coach bag, but you're mad that the girl doing it with her Louis and with her Chanel. Like I'm just confused. Like you flex a little stuff. Look, my man got me this purse from Shein, but then you're mad because she's showing the purse she got from her man from Chanel. Like
It's just
they would do this. Like I said, they would do the same
would do the
thing.
same
They
thing. It's
just
just
can't, and
when-
that's why they're mad.
when you can't obtain it, people get mad. So people don't like flex culture
Yeah.
when they realize it's unattainable.
Yep, and now all of a sudden, oh, they're being capitalist and capitalistic society and capitalism. Oh,
Meanwhile,
Trump,
you
Biden.
you tweeting your Cash App name the whole time. Like it's just weird. Like people should get over themselves. Like, and she shouldn't feel a way about anybody's comments because people are weirdos. Like
I hope it doesn't get to her. I mean, naturally it probably does in some way a little bit, but
it's just because to me, I just be laughing.
yeah, because you know at the end of the day, they will gladly in a freaking heartbeat trade life with you. Like that would make me sleep at night. Like I'm good. Do you guys want to be me? And that's why you're mad.
Yeah.
That's really why you're mad.
Because we're not even. I mean, we're probably what are we like top 10% income earners in the country.
Yeah, especially now that I got this little job offer. Let me not speak on it too soon. It's just offer, but
So when like homegirl was dropping those comments, stuff like, because now I kind of see it from that perspective now that we do this podcast and we're doing the TikTok, so it kind of puts us in a whole different audience and more people to judge.
yeah,
Nothing is just funnier about that to me than like we're about to move into a way nicer apartment, and this is nice. It's kind of hard to tell because we just have this and we hate this
yeah.
couch.
You guys can't really see.
You guys can't really tell how nice it is in here, but
But
we
the one
got
I'm about
plants
to move into is
everywhere.
nicer.
You know, the quartz.
Yeah, backsplash.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. It's nice
Cabinet,
over there.
stainless steel
appliances.
12 feet ceilings,
Yeah, 12. Yeah,
hi hat lights. What do they call these things? What do they call those lights?
yeah.
They call
Hi-hats.
Hi hats. I don't know.
Yeah, they're nice.
Nice appliances.
Let's
nice,
stop because I was trying to be facetious.
But yeah, but then our new apartment's nice too.
It's gonna be
Floor
even
to
nicer.
ceiling windows.
So when people make those negative comments, and I guess it's like just me trying to give advice for everybody else out there, that's what is happening on the opposite end
Yeah.
of when people are leaving a negative comment. You're gonna leave a negative comment on I can't see, I don't want to give it away, but like she said, she said, oh, he's gonna cheat on you and then blame you for it. I'm like,
Oh yeah, the girl.
I'm like, meanwhile, I just spent in the past in the past couple weeks, I just spent $14,000 on things related to you. And not that money means anything, but like, it's just funny when people leave negative comments, because on the opposite end of that, the person that you're leaving that comment on, this is how my life exists in real life.
Like nothing,
so you're
nothing
leaving
that you said changes with how our lives are.
Right. Like we're gonna still move into that nice spot. We're gonna be on vacation. We're gonna be on several flights over the next month.
I know.
Like life is great. Like life is fantastic, and you're gonna still stay in that same spot. It's like LeBron said. People could comment all they want all day long, but they still, when they go to sleep at night, they have to still you still got to wake up, and you're still going to have that same life. You're still going to have to go in, clock in to wherever you're working at, and your life is still going to be the same. Meanwhile, the people that you're talking about are going to be the ones that are going to continue to live their great life, because they're going out and doing what they need to do instead of commenting on social media all day.
Exactly. And notice too how me and you, I feel like we were never that type. Even when we were broke college students, we were never just like hating on people. We always were inspired, and like, look how our lives turned out. Like, I feel like a lot of people who put out that negative energy, their life reflects that, because they spend so much time hating on others that they don't even focus on their own lives. Like not even on no karma type of timing. I just feel like the good energy that we put out just naturally comes back, because we're putting our energy into things that progressing us. We never was hating on people ever. Like I said, even when we were broke college students, because we knew, first of all, what our work ethic was going to get to us. Like, we knew that that's the life we were going to get. Never have I ever hated on anybody on the internet. Like I swear on God, on my life, on everything, I never done that.
Not even just that, but even people that we had problems with, we never wish negative on anybody.
Literally.
Or if we happen to see them doing
something.
They
wished it on us.
Yeah, or even if we seen them do something positive, it's like good for them.
Yeah, literally. That's the thing. Like, even anybody from the past, like whatever positive that they might be doing or have done, like it's not like I'm mad about it. Like, yeah, like good. That doesn't affect me. Like, I'm happy for you. Like, cool. That's good for you.
I ain't gonna be looking for it, but if I see it, I'm not gonna be like, shout out to you. So yeah.
But I feel like I feel like some people don't feel that way. I feel like people will wish bad on us and are mad that their bad wishes have not reflected.
Yeah, I don't wish.
I'm sure people have been like, oh, they're not even gonna stay together anyway.
I don't wish anything on anybody, because like I'm not gonna wish negativity on anybody, because it doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything
for me at all. It doesn't bring me any satisfaction.
If anything, it makes you worse. Your brain is gonna start rotting from all that negativity. Yeah. So I don't even be on that. So all y'all weirdos that comment, because it's not just hers. I've seen a ton of other women.
A lot of weird people
getting killed on TikTok for doing this kind of soft life thing. Like, you love it, but then when somebody has it, then you hate it because you can't get it. Yeah. Y'all are weirdos, and I see this happen across so many different people.
Yeah, but like, that's the thing. The main people that you see in her comments, like, it's just it makes me sad, because it's like us, our peers. Like, I always say we're the youngest in our peer group, so everybody's already turning 28. Like, I'm like, dang, y'all niggas old. It was like a lot of our peers are already turning 28. Like that like impending aging is hitting for people. Like,
it is.
They're looking at themselves in the mirror and they don't look the same. Their lives are not what they thought it would be. They're not making good money. They're not in any stable relationship. They're seeing their other friends get married and have good careers and buy houses, and they're not getting that. So what are they resorting to doing? Becoming the same bitter old people that they despised when they were younger, in their early 20s and teens. Like, now you're turning into the bitter aunties, hating in the shade room, hating in Nara Smith's comments, hating on Twitter. Like, and it's sad, because we're seeing it's literally happening to our own people that we like, our own age mates. I'm like, dang, since when? Cause I still feel like young, vibrant, and cool, and like life is good. So it's like, when you see that's like the demise, like, it's like there's two different paths that our age group is taking, and a lot of us are going this way, and a lot of them are that way. And
that's all it comes down to, is
circle of life.
It's the haves and the have-nots.
And that's just a balance. That's just a natural balance of life. Like, I was trying to explain that to my mom the other day. Like, you can't expect everybody to be in a certain level, because that's just not possible. Like, we need circle of life. We need balance. There's gonna be people at the top, but there's gonna be people at the bottom always. Like, and every generation is gonna be the same thing. Like, there's a 12-year-old right now out there who's gonna turn into that person in 20 years, and they don't even know it. Like, it's just natural,
Yeah. So for all them hating, just let them watch from the bleachers.
Yeah. I just think
from the nosebleeds.
The thing is, they, at the end of the day, like you said, they know who they are. They wake up and they know. They
might not know.
They might not know, because some people live in delusion and they think.
And that's the crazy part.
Yeah, they live in squalor and they shape bad, but they think they're the most curvy. Like, they think they're a baddie. And they think
we talked about it on the last pod, the delusional, like
I be seeing that in the comments, like when I be on Amazon or sometimes, like, shopping, I see people in the reviews, and the girl like, this made my butt look big. I'm like, what butt? Like, I'm just like, sometimes people just like, I don't know, I just get scared. Like, they're like, my stomach looks snatched. I'm like, does it? Yeah. It doesn't look snatched to me.
It's still there. It's not snatched. That's still, it's right. Like
I see it.
we took the pic. You took the picture. We see it right
That's
there.
why I just get scared. I'm like, are people just?
Yeah, people are delusional. It's
There's a difference between self-love and delusion. There's a difference.
yeah. You should love yourself, but don't start coming in here lying. Don't
Yeah.
start lying to yourself, and don't start lying to everybody else because we have eyes. We can see.
Yeah.
So it's not snatched. We still it's right there actually.
Yeah.
So
So yeah, unfortunately, those people who do live in like squalor, I said I got that. Maybe is that like a country word? I got that from my mom. She says that all the time. Squalor. It just means living like, you look around and the bed is here and the TV's there and the couch is there. And
we're not doing that.
And there's garbage packed up and there's plates and there's like
that high.
Mm-hmm.
How high was that? That high.
That's what made me squalor. That's like you living in like filth. Basically, you're living in. It's not even about being like poor. It's just because there's poor people who live nice. It's living in filth and like it's like that meme like when the guys be like making jokes, but they're making the jokes from like a pissy mattress on the floor and like.
Right.
Like when flies, like you're talking about people, you're in the shade room hating on like somebody rich, a rich guy, and you're just sitting. That's what your situation is. Like it's one of those things, and I do think some people are really delusional about their circumstances, but I think it does come up to a point where you do realize and like, okay, this is my life.
Because they realize that that's their life, but then they're gonna find something else to blame it on. And we've had this conversation so many times. Like people keep talking about. I think it became popular to talk about the economy, and I'm like, the economy. I mean, I don't know if you've checked your stock portfolio.
It's fine.
It's fantastic.
And even the job market thing. People like the job market's so bad. How do I got an offer in 11 days. I applied, phone screen. Multiple people hit me up. I have 2 phone screens. I had a thing I got to withdraw my application for another interview offer. I have like 3. And then a job offer in 11 days. 11-day turnover. The job market's not bad. You guys just have horrible majors and no experience. Like, let's be real. You picked shitty degrees. Like, accounting is booming right now. Like I said, 3 interviews I've had and a job offer in 11 days turnaround. Like, the job market's not bad.
Yeah. You just have no skills. It's
bad for you. You have no skills, no experience, and a bad degree. Like, a degree is nothing great. Like, so, like I said, people are just always going to find something to blame. So unfortunately,
accept themselves.
They'll probably never have that coming to Jesus moment. But the people who they're hating on are gonna always win because they're always gonna be in a position that they want to be in at the end of the day. Like, and they wake up and they love their lives. Like,
Yep.
So, shout out to Nara Smith. I actually just followed her recently because I saw all the hype happening and like, but then her videos just kept coming and I was like, okay, like her videos are good. I'm like, I'm inspired. Like, see how I'm inspired because I actually love my life and love myself. I'm just inspired by it. Like, I'm inspired to cook more. Am I hating on her? Like, you see how easy it is?
And then your life becomes more positive when you're positive. Yeah. It's like
I saw her mango sticky rice recipe. I'm like, maybe I should make that myself because I love me a good mango sticky rice. So,
yep.
Shout out to her and her family and her stability and the life that people wish they could have. And I hope nothing negative happens for them because I really don't want people to be like, see, told you.
Yep, that's how it happens.
I hope nothing happens because I hate
her continued success.
Yeah. So.
And fuck all y'all other weirdos. Get a life, dweebs.